Bonded jacketed hollow point versus solid copper hollow point versus Xtreme Defender fluted type bullet auto glass test. So we're going to see what the difference is here between these. And I've been wondering about this for quite some time because, you know, your bonded jacketed hollow point is meant to go through harder barriers and stay together well. And, you know, auto glass is like about as hard as rock when it first hits it, so it can really mess up bullets here. And one thing I've been wondering about for a long time is a solid copper hollow point, is it going to expand when it hits that glass? Is it going to stay together? Is it going to bend? Is it going to tumble? Another thing I wonder about here is a lot of people say these Xtreme Defender type bullets are the best for, you know, hitting hard barriers because, you know, it doesn't matter because it's so hard and it's not going to deform a hollow point. But my concern here with this is the way these bullets are designed to work not only on velocity, but those very specific flute designs there. So if that bullet hits auto glass and it messes up those flutes and it takes off more than half of its velocity before it hits the target, is it really going to do very well? That's my concern. But what we have here today is ammo that I've tried to get really average in this stuff. 124 grain bonded jacketed hollow point with and we have a Spear Gold Dot. It's a 124 plus P. Our solid copper hollow point is actually a plus P plus 115 grain. And our fluted Xtreme Defender is a plus P. And the reason why I got them like that is because solid copper hollow points, they're pushed down in the case a lot, so you don't have a lot of case capacity. So you have to actually go up to plus P plus to get the typical energy numbers that you would get with the normal plus P with something else. So our rated velocity and everything like that on here is with our Gold Dot, it's 1220 feet per second, 410 foot-pounds energy. That's just our rating from the factory. Our plus P plus solid copper hollow point is rated at 1300 feet per second, 431 foot-pounds energy for that plus P plus. Our Xtreme Defender standard plus P, 1475 feet per second, 435 foot-pounds energy. So our rating is only 4 foot-pounds difference between both of these here, and a little bit more than this, but in that 5-inch barrel, you never know what you're necessarily going to get with that. So we're going to go through the chronograph, see what kind of velocity numbers we actually get. And then I'm going to hit my 10% clear ballistic block test here. So we're just going to go into plain clear ballistics right here with no fabric, nothing else. See where our best potential is of those bullets. And after that, we're going to go through 4 layers of cotton t-shirt, 3 inches of clear ballistics that represents our pectoral muscle, 1/4 inch medium density fiber board that represents our ribs or sternum, and the more clear ballistics. After that, I'm going to put up an older block up here because, you know, it pulls in auto glass. I don't want to mess up a new block. And we'll see how those perform through auto glass. Then after that, I'm going to shoot up my steel silhouette to see what kind of practical accuracy I can get. So let's get started with this test. All right, let's see what kind of velocity and accuracy we got. Our Spear Gold Dot 124 grain plus P rated at 1220 feet per second. I believe that's through a 4-inch barrel. Let's see if we get through our 5-inch barrel here. 1260. No read. No read again. Error read. So I'm going to take that one number. I kind of thought that I was going to have issues like this today. It is very dark. It wasn't supposed to rain. It's actually raining now. And that really turns the chronograph into working 100% to working like 10% of the time. So here's our solid copper rated at 1300. Let's see if I can get a velocity read with this. 1306, 1299, 1307, 1307, 1312. That's really nice. So we got reads with that, no problem. And that's a little bit, just a little bit above our rated velocity here. So our Xtreme Defender, this is 90 grain plus P, and this is rated at 1475 feet per second. So I'll load these up here and we'll see how close we get to that 1475 feet per second out of this 5-inch barrel here. 1490, no read. 1462, 1461, 1457. So I didn't get averages with that Gold Dot, but that one number is very typical for what I get in averages, so I'm definitely going to take that. So our energy numbers are pretty similar, so this should be a pretty fair test to see what we get with these. So let's hit our ballistics gel block and see how they all perform. All right, first up, we're going to do our best potential just in the plain clear ballistics and nothing else. So same order, we're going to do Gold Dot, then the solid copper hollow point, the TAC-XP, and then our Xtreme Defender. So here's our Spear Gold Dot, plain gel, Oh, there goes that. Thought I had a really good system for keeping that up there, but no, it's wanting to fly off. So here is our TAC-XP bullet. Didn't hit the same channel, but that was a completely different point of aim and impact than where I aimed. So here's our Xtreme Defender here. We'll take a look. All right, so what we're seeing here looks like the most damage is with our Xtreme Defender. That's kind of deceptive because a lot of times that puts in a lot of air and all that in there. But what we're seeing here is with our speared gold dot, we have expansion and everything, and we're at 12 3/4 inches penetration. That's definitely acceptable. Our TAC-XP actually did better, and I believe those petals are probably expanded even larger than the gold dot, and we're at about just touching 15 inches even. Now with our Xtreme Defender here, right at about 19.5 inches. Obviously no expansion in there. So they all did pretty well. Everything looks pretty good there. Just saw some smoke come out of there, like a little bit of dieseling or something. Interesting. Now let's go through our fabric and our MDF and see how they compare that way. All right, fabric and MDF, same order. Gold dot, TAC-XP, Xtreme Defender. So here's our spear gold dot. There that goes again. Huh. It is weird. I used this setup for like 2 months and that has not fallen off one time. Now all of a sudden it is. So next up we have our TAC-XP here. See what this does. Let's try Xtreme Defender now. All right, Xtreme Defender. See what this does. Go take a look. And we had some weird curving going on after it hit that MDF. So one more time. Go take a look. All right, so interesting performance with these. You know, it curved out the top. Second one, it looks like it kind of clipped something there. I don't know if it clipped the bullet. It doesn't look like it did necessarily. Looks like it maybe clipped the channel and went up. A lot of damage with the Xtreme Defender. I'm not going to knock on it with that. It's a lot of damage. What we have, though, with our gold dot through our MDF and fabric, still performing pretty well. Just a little bit shy of 14 inches. Got good expansion. Our TAC-XP at about 13.5 inches. Good expansion. And our Xtreme Defender here, about 18.5 inches. Good damage. So now I'm going to put up a new block here, and with this it's going to be all real world. So it's going to be all fabric, all MDF after going through that windshield, just to give our best, you know, I guess I should say our worst scenario here, but see how it performs through real flesh and bone and all of that. So let's try that now. All right, same order. We're going to do our gold dot TAC-XP and then our Xtreme Defender. So here's our gold dot through our auto glass. All right, now here's our solid copper hollow point. All right, here's our Xtreme Defender. See what this does. Let's go take a look. All right, so we had a lot more glass come back with that Xtreme Defender, but what we're seeing here, if you can see it, it's kind of a dark block here, and it's getting dark out here. But what we have with our gold dot is it really limited that penetration quite a bit. We're looking at about just shy of 8.5 inches. Now what we see here with both our Xtreme Defender and our solid copper hollow point is there's a lot of damage in there, and both penetrate at the very similar depths here. It does look like the nose on that Xtreme Defender, well, it's bent a little bit, but the nose on the TAC-XP, it looks like it is deformed or expanded or something similar like that. But with our solid copper hollow point, we're at about 13 3/4. It does look like mushrooming or deformation. Our Xtreme Defender, we're a little bit closer to 14 inches. Overall, our damage, it's really hard to call this. I want to say there's a little bit more with our Xtreme Defender, but it is very close to that TAC-XP. So for me, I think that TAC-XP is actually doing quite well because it penetrated a little bit better and did some actual cutting than that gold dot, and it didn't over penetrate. And going through the auto glass, it kind of did the same thing as our Xtreme Defender, which I did not expect. So let me shoot my steel and see what kind of practical accuracy I can get with these. All right, so here's our bullets close up here, and we can see with our plain gel shot, our speared gold dot just expanded huge. Very impressive looking bullet. Now going through our MDF here, it changed the expansion down to a smaller level, but it still did really, really well. Just quite a bit limited expansion compared to the plain gel. Our TAC-XP here, here's our plain gel, looks a little bit bigger than our MDF shot, but not by a significant amount. So this still acted kind of like this did through our plain gel. Now our Xtreme Defender, no deformation through our plain gel, no deformation through our MDF. So that's our basic ballistic test here. Now when we go through the auto glass, that's when everything changes significantly. Here is our speared gold dot, and I saw that before. It kind of expands one direction to the side, but not, all the way around. Still did pretty well, but it, it limited that penetration quite a bit. Now, when we look at our Xtreme Defender, this is one I was curious about, and yeah, that completely mangled that bullet. Those flutes cannot possibly work correctly the way that it was designed when it's like that. And, even though I did see some pretty good damage after going through the glass, it definitely was not this level damage where it's just this massive amount of damage. Big change to that bullet. Now with our TAC-XP here, what I saw here is that, that mushroomed it or flattened it just a little bit. So it's got a little bit larger diameter, I would say, probably, than our Xtreme Defender, but not significantly different between the two of those. So considering the fact that, I'm still getting this through MDF and plain gel, like a bonded jacket, a hollow point, but maybe even better. Yet through our auto glass, it's about the same, maybe even a little bit better than an Xtreme Defender. Yeah, I'm going to say that TAC-XP is a pretty good option there. So that's what you get with those bullets close up. All right, I'm going to do kind of a modified dick and drill, just shoot from 40 yards here and just kind of see what our practical accuracy is. 5 rounds of each. So gold dot, TAC-XP, and then Xtreme Defender. So here's our spear gold dot, 40 yards from the target. I don't know how I missed that. All right, TAC-XP. Does feel pretty nice. A little bit less recoil with their TAC-XP, even though they're a plus P plus. Xtreme Defender here. Let's see what these do. All right, perfectly accurate. But I saw even one more thing here that I liked about the TAC-XP. Even though it's a plus P plus, I didn't see any flash. The recoil was lower than all of these. So I'm going to say for me, I think the TAC-XP is the best round here because, you know, it did everything that the Xtreme Defender did through a hard barrier because it's solid copper. Yet in the plain gel and our real world simulation and all of that, it performed like a regular jacket at hollow point, but better. And you can rely on cutting more than you can, you know, the flute design and all of that. Now our Xtreme Defender did pretty well overall because it went through the auto glass. It did a lot of damage in the gel. So I'd say it's very consistent in that regard. But that doesn't really bring a whole lot of wow factor to the table here. Our bonded jacket at hollow point did pretty well, and that's been a proven round for a long time, but, you know, going through hard barriers, it didn't do so well. But our TAC-XP, it just did everything. It really did everything. It expanded bigger, looks like bigger anyways, than a typical bonded jacket at hollow point, so it's doing a whole lot of cutting through the gel. I've heard a lot of good stuff about those bullets in real world situations where they are very effective. Now we're going through the auto glass. We're seeing it's as good as an Xtreme Defender, basically going through glass. So absolutely, that's an awesome round, that TAC-XP round bullet. So that's what you get today. They all did pretty good, but it does look like both copper did pretty much a lot better than your standard lead core. So that's what you get today. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.